Today I will talk to you regarding rearrangement of expressions, which is a very important skill in algebra, especially for MCAT. Rearrangement of expressions, and I am looking at page 71, 72, 73, and so on in Walker Maths. So when I'm finished with this video, when I upload it to YouTube, please watch it, and that might give you certain kind of advantage in rearranging the expressions. Most of the students find it, for some reason, they find it quite difficult. So let's look at question number 1, and it says make R the subject of A equals pi R squared. Now, first thing, we got to understand what it means. It means that R should be sitting all by itself on the left-hand side of equal sign. This is the left-hand side, and this is, in our time, we used to call it right-hand side. I don't know whether that sort of naming is still prevalent or not, but yeah. So we got to make R should be sitting all by itself on the left-hand side, and rest of the things will be sitting on the right. Now, one of the methods I wanted to follow today, so always start with the answer you want to get, which is R sitting on the left-hand side. So R is the Wonder number, or let's call it, I'm thinking of a number R, or letter R, and what is the next thing I'm doing for this expression? I'm squaring R. So I squared R, and that gave me R squared. I am following the forward flow method of one thing we learned for forward movement. We tried it during backtracking method in equation solving. So R squared, then what did I do? I times it by pi. So I times it by pi, and that gave me pi R squared. So what I did, I'm thinking of a letter R, I squared it, that gave me R squared, and then I times it by pi, that gave me pi R squared, which is nothing but A. Now, on the backtrack, we got to do the reverse process, right? So we need to divide it by pi. This is multiplied by pi. Divided by pi is the reverse process. So it'll give me A divided by pi, which is A over pi. We need to understand A divided by pi is the same thing, A over pi. Right? Now, what did we do? We squared on the forward movement. We squared R, and then I got R squared. So on the backward movement, we got to square root that expression over there, pi A over pi. So we are going to do square root A over pi. You got to be very careful to drag this square root all the way through. That means it should cover pi and also A divided by pi, and then I square rooted the whole thing. So final answer is r, which is the subject of the formula, square root of a over pi. Right? So I'll stop there and upload it, and then I'll explain one or two more before you start working out rest of the problems.